Jason had always been a hard worker. Long hours at the office were nothing new to him, but there was a rare occasion when he got out early. That day, he left the workplace with a sense of relief, knowing he'd beat the usual traffic on his way home. As he turned the key in the lock of his front door, thoughts of relaxation and spending quality time with his girlfriend Sarah filled his mind. But what greeted him on the other side shattered his expectations and tore his heart in two. There, in their shared apartment, Jason found Sarah with another man. The shock hit him like a freight train, freezing him in place for a moment that felt like an eternity. He couldn't move, couldn't speak. All he could do was watch as the scene unfolded before him. In a haze of anger, betrayal, and disbelief, Jason turned on his heels and stormed out, slamming the door behind him. He didn't know where he was going. He just needed to get away from the pain, from the images burned into his mind. Driving aimlessly, tears streaming down his face, Jason found himself at his friend Mark's house. Mark welcomed him with open arms, sensing the turmoil Jason was going through. That night, Jason poured out his heart to Mark, finding solace in the comfort of a true friend. In the days and weeks that followed, Jason's life took a different direction. He moved out of the apartment he shared with Sarah and found a new, nicer place to call home. Determined to turn his pain into something positive, he threw himself into self-improvement. Jason hit the gym with a newfound fervor, sculpting his body into the best shape of his life. He focused on his career, setting new goals and achieving them with a sense of purpose he hadn't felt in a long time. But despite his outward success, there was an emptiness gnawing at him from within. Dating felt strange to Jason, like he was betraying the memory of what he had with Sarah. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was doing something wrong, even though he knew logically that he deserved happiness just like anyone else. As time passed, that emptiness grew, until it consumed Jason's thoughts day and night. He found himself missing Sarah, not the betrayal or the pain, but the way she made him feel alive. Even now, despite everything, just the memory of waking up next. To her, or seeing her smile brought a warmth to his heart that he couldn't deny. Conflicted and confused, Jason reached out for advice, sharing his turmoil with anonymous voices on the internet. Some urged him to move on, reminding him of the pain and betrayal he endured. Others encouraged him to consider going back. Sarah, believing that love could conquer all. But deep down, Jason knew the truth. He knew that going back to Sarah would only reopen old wounds, that the trust they once shared was shattered beyond repair. He knew that he deserved better, that he deserved someone who would never betray him the way Sarah did. With a heavy heart and a newfound resolve, Jason made his decision. He would continue on the path he had forged for himself, one of self-discovery and healing. He would learn to fill the emptiness within with self-love and acceptance, knowing that true happiness could only come from within. And as he looked to the future with a sense of hope and determination, Jason knew that he was finally on the right path, one that led not to the past, but to a brighter tomorrow.